There you go, everyone. So basically I'm building a Active Directory tool that will a Python tool that will actually create users in Active Directory. So if you're familiar with Windows servers and stuff, like you'll know that yeah, so with like most Windows servers and businesses have a Active Directory, and this Active Directory is what contains the user accounts and stuff like that for them to access on-site devices and stuff with how do you explain it, like managed devices and stuff. So basically, so I'm building it for the school that I work for, but also I'm using my own D computers there. So that's basically what I've called the server at my house, and so I'm testing it on the server at my house. So what we have so far, I initially excuse me, I initially built it from the beginning. It was quite large, like it had many features. But yeah, it started becoming a little overcomplicated. So let me just run the tool. So at the top I had like a menu bar. So the menu bar allowed you to save current configurations. You could import into the settings file via a CSV file, but yeah, so it wasn't really complicated for me because I built it, so I understood like the formatting of everything and that. But for someone else coming along to use the tool, it was just increasingly overcomplicated, and there was just a lot of stuff that really didn't need to be within the tool and that kind of stuff. So we've just got the basic like edit users, create a user, and unlock users. So when a user comes, let me close that out. So when a user comes locked, so they've entered too many incorrect passwords and so forth, their account becomes locked. So and then they won't be able to log into, say, Wi-Fi if you're using EAP and like corporate authentication via the Wi-Fi. They won't be able to access the Wi-Fi or anything like that. So therefore they need to be unlocked. And usually, you know, you go into Active Directory, you look for the user, and sometimes you don't know what year level they're in. Like for a school, for instance, you don't know what year level they're in, and you just got to start asking them what year are you in, blah blah blah, and find out what their name is and that kind of stuff. Whereas here you can just click load and see mine, an error occurred, check settings. So like my settings are incomplete obviously, so I need to change a few setups and that. But excuse me. Yeah, you can get them, and then you can just go bulk unlocked, or you can reset their password if they need to be reset, or you can just unlock a single user that you select when they're listed in the like the locked users are listed there. So and when you're working for a school, yeah, a lot of the time you get quite a few locked users here. So this simplifies things a lot easier and makes things a lot better. The reset passwords there, so you know, if you get like a staff that's locked out, obviously someone's been trying to access their account and you don't know if they actually did access their account or not, and previously in the past or whatever. So yeah, so you reset their password to a generic password that you generated from something, and then yeah, you pass that password on to them via Teams or a secure channel. So that's basically what we've got here. As you can see, no groups are selected in my groups. So what it does is when it loads and it first makes that connection to the server, it'll list all the groups. So if I select a staff position, say member AH, so that's my brother's, one of my brother's companies. So select that, it'll give a list of what groups I've assigned to that position, and then we can go into here and add other groups if it needs access to different things. So for instance, if it needs access to maybe my clients directory or something like that, map drive. So then I'll add into that map drive group, which allows him access to it. So that's basically how that goes about. Then you got like the home path and that kind of stuff, and select the drive that you want to associate to the home drive, and select the domain associated with the account. So there with my brother is ashheffernan.org, so that'll be his email, and then whatever format that you put the username in. So you got first and last, which is one word, first name last name. Then you got first dot last, so first name dot last name. Then you got F last name, which will be like the first initial of the first name plus the last name with nothing in between. Oof, there goes my dogs. So let me just mute my mic. So yeah, that's how that goes about it. So as we can see here, enough. So as we can see here, I'm initiating the first one to come in with that. So I've got here that if debugging is not enabled, then we disable the drop down box, which selects the selects the company. So I did it that way because this is initially being built for the school that I'm working for, so we don't really need them to make company changes. They just need to be set on their company alone, and that's it. So that'll be the first company that it sets to. So we need to go to combo select to find out why we are not. Combo select is down here somewhere. Combo select comes through here. So let's see what checks I've got in place. So I've encrypted and so I've encrypted the settings file, so that's in .dat format. So I have to decrypt it and all that kind of stuff to access the actual parameters within the file. So the code's getting a little overcomplicated, but it needs to be for security purposes. But it's better than having like server credentials and everything all in plain text. So what we're going to do is look and see why, when I'm selected to my home server, why it's not actually authenticating properly. So this is built through Pyad. I've been toying around a little bit with LDAP, with the Python library via LDAP. So Pyad's a little clunky. I had to make some changes actually, which I haven't done just yet, so I might have to go through and do that now. But I've got to find out where they installed, so it's probably under local, I'd say. But yeah, there's a little change that you have to make, otherwise that's probably why it's not authenticating, because it's failing on the search function. So we want to go into it's not a H, it's an actual Python file, so it must be in scripts. I'll find it, it'll be here somewhere. So it's the query one. No, it's not in tools. And it's probably down here somewhere. And I'll find it. I don't know. I can't find it. Oh no, I don't want Python. Silly. What am I doing? No, I don't want pip. Here we go, packages. Ah, foolish me, I don't know what I was doing, thinking going through the Python libraries. So we should have Python here somewhere. Normally it's here. That's annoying. I must have installed it differently. It wouldn't be in roaming. I don't see why it would be in roaming. It'll be in local. Oh, this is tedious. No, we're not going to edit that. Well, that's annoying. Ah, site packages. Okay. Here we go. Now we need AD query, I think it is. Come over here. Now it's right here, so pretty sure comes on bang equals true, and we remove that. Okay, that's it. So there's my groups. Everything's working, excellent. So if we need to add new groups, so we can just go tech staff. We can just, oh, hang on. So first we go DCM member. Yep, there we go. Need to add tech staff. There we go. Tech staff's added. And then that group gets added when we create the new user. So now that we've fixed that, that's good. And now we know that connection and everything's working. So that's just a little bug in the actual library that we're using. So the next thing we needed to fix was, for some reason, when I was, so say you've got in your group for your user, say you've got just a students security group just called students, and you've got another security group called SG_students, and you've got another security group called SG_FW_students for like firewall authentication and stuff like that. You got these three groups with the name students within the name. When creating the user, let's go to our, let's save that, and let's go to our functions, and so down here when we are actually update user, create user, so when we're actually creating the user, right, it comes down here and it loops through your groups, and that's why I've got here, we're printing the groups, like the group name. That way, as it's going through adding the group, I can see what group it's failing on, and I found that it was failing on the students one when I was working on this at the school. So then it goes to add the group, but when it goes through for each group in the data groups, it'll find the three groups and bundle them as one group with the three names separated as an array, and then you get the error saying that it needs to be a single string, not an array, and all that kind of stuff. So this is where we need to figure out if the group name coming in is not a string and it is indeed an actual an array, like a list item. We need to then split the list item and add the list item one by one. So what we're going to do there is we'll probably say if gp dot see, I don't know what format the list is in, so we'll probably just split the list via a comma. And we'll say dot check the length of it, so and we'll say greater than 0, 1, so we're doing a count, so we'll say greater than 1. And then we'll just say ngp equals gp dot split, and we'll add our comma as the delimiter, whatever that's called. And let's do not split, we need strip. So we're just going to remove all white line, all spaces front and back, and then we'll just copy that. We'll say ngp in ngp. So I need to rename the first one. Let's just say item in group, and we'll say that. Trailing white spaces, we don't want them. else we'll just add the group as per normal. So hopefully this has sorted it out. Okay, so what I need to do next is I'm gonna have to redo the settings file actually. Let's go back here. Groups. So now what groups do I have that I can double up on? So okay, so we've got staff. So what I'll do, I'll add a new group. And I'll just call it staff by itself. So, and then we've got tech staff as well. So maybe those three might get into it a little bit. Awesome. So also let's just hit that for back soon screen. So that way I can edit our settings file without everyone seeing everything. So what I can do here, so for AH I'll actually add alright, so that's that sorted. And what I need to do now is update settings. There we go, settings is updated. And now let's run. Whoops, here we go. So decoder line 1, undetermined. Okay, so why is that? Undetermined string starting. Okay, so that's something with the settings that I messed up. Have a look. Okay, I see where I messed that up. There we go. Okay. Alright, that's that sorted. Alright, now if we go new user and remember AH, so we've got the staff one there, and we will also add the plain staff group already exists. Okay, so it doesn't like that either. So adding plain staff. So I must be doing if name contains instead of if name equals when we're adding that. So let's go to our main and let's have a look at our GUI as well. So we need to find, so here's where I remove the menu and everything, but yeah, we won't get into that. So tab 2 is the one that we're doing. Let's select groups and we should have a button here somewhere. State read only. Add group, here we go. Add to groups is the function, so and that'll be here, add to groups. So let's see. So cont equals true for y and p. If self add groups dot get in y dot text. Okay, so yeah, I'm doing a whole. If the name is within the name search. So let's just do a equals on that one. Cont equals false. Group already exists, blah blah blah, okay. And there we go, okay. Awesome. Let's try that out now. So it's member AH and we want to add staff, add group, there we go. Now if I go to add that again, group already exists, okay, and that's when it crashes the application. I don't know why it's doing that, but we'll fix that after. So we've got that. So that's message box. So that's probably when I'm filling the message box. And I'll put that down here. So app main loop. So when I click OK, so that's app.quit. Now is that the way that I've done it with this? Maybe app.destroy will be a better one. Let's give that a go. That's better. Okay, so app.destroy was better. Alright, so that's good. Oh, that's what we're going to test it, weren't we? So we'll just say test Python. We'll go member AH, we'll add staff. And that'll be Ash Heffernan, and this one here is we'll do the normal home path stuff. Then we'll create the user. Query return 0 results. Get single results. Only function with a single result. Yeah, okay, so it's pulling out. It got to backups. And then we've got FS backups there as well. So it's hitting the backups. Alright. Now let's go to my server. So we've got FS backups. I wonder if it's because the group doesn't exist when I was trying it out the first time. So let's just create the group. AH. Must select A to I. Same thing. Backups. Alright, so our little populate's not working, so we did that up here somewhere, didn't we? That was in no, that was in function. You know what if I get the... If I get the DN of the group and populate it from the DN, that'll solve most of the problem. So I need to... So let's get the attributes of the group, and I wonder if that's going to be... Will the attribute be DN? There's a new user. So the group expects an AD group object. Need to get the DN. Make function fetch that. Okay. We're getting the backups, and that's when it fails. It's straight up backups. Done that one alright, done that one alright, but when it does the single one of its own, it's when it fails. Because I don't have one. Oh shoot, I'll have to undo all my changes. There we go. There we go. Alright. User created. Alright, so we got past all the nonsense. Alright, so I don't see staff in there. Birdie Boomstick was the one, member of. I don't see staff on its own. Oops. Started groups. So it must be in. No, wrong file. To group. And unlock all. Here we go. Groups equals groups. Groups equals self. Get checked. Okay. Get checked. Loop through all. For X and self groups. Group append. Okay. We've got our standard groups. Check buttons. That's populating all the groups, and we need to find add to groups. Okay, self check buttons, self add groups get. You know what, I'm going to... That looks not too bad, so... Probably going to return an object, I reckon, but... Yeah, returns it. There's stuff. pass right at the end. So it's when we're populating it down here. Is that combo load? We need unlock all. So we're coming here, group self get checked. So when we're going through the get checked, I'm looping through our existing groups, and we're not looping through oh no, yeah, that's right. There's one we appended to the new group. That's not going to work. That's basically moving from one group to another, and we don't want to do that. Okay. Alright, what we're going to do we're going to go through all the check buttons, all the groups in the check button, and check if the groups are actually ticked, and if they're ticked we're going to append them to the new group and then pass them off to, okay, let's try that. That should work. So alright, so we got that to the new groups. Doesn't matter, we're just going to delete the user after anyway, so we'll just go there. Okay. Now we're going to create user. You must select the domain. Oh, I keep forgetting to do that. Okay. There we go, user created, and we have staff at the bottom. Alright, so that's working. Now we've got this working, it's creating the user. We need to check the profile directory and make sure that it hasn't actually gone off of that. Got that deployment, profiles. Let's have a look, what did I call this? It was a weird name, that one there. Check the permissions. And we should have full permissions for that user on that directory, yes. Alright, so that looks like that's working out alright. And if we refresh, got the random user, member of, and their staff. There's firewall staff, and then we've got our backups. Fantastic. Alright, looks good. It's working. So that's awesome. A few little bugs I had that I didn't really notice before. Oh yeah, we better check our locked users. So list is empty, so we're going to load it. No locked users. Okay. So good. So a build script I built updates the settings, and it updates the version, and then it does the pre-build. So the pre-build goes through my functions and changes debug, turns debug off. So then we're reading from the correct directory. It changes dcomputers to schools domain name. It goes from there. So let's have a look at pre-build, and I'm going to need to uncomment a few things because when I did my first initial build, I did it by manually changing everything. It'd been quite a while since I'd actually done this, so I've worked on this, so I didn't actually where's my old man? There we go. Oh dear me, excuse me. So if we have a look at this, okay, so this is going to go through and update the version. So we're going to swap this out. Oops, undo that. We want to be down here, and I want to put that as 4.1.1 as an initial release. So I've got that, got the name of the tool, got the file that we're using as the basis of the thing. So we're using in the when we're building this application, we're actually using PyInstaller, and with PyInstaller you can obfuscate. Ugh, keep yawning. Sorry. You can obfuscate, I think it's called. So that means it encodes the entire source and that kind of stuff, so people can't decompile the application and get critical information. So for instance, our key, which will be regenerated when we build, so this key will be completely useless, don't get any ideas, and it'll go from there. So I make sure that we when building, we re-encode the entire, or we re-encrypt the settings file, or we rebuild the settings file with a new encryption key and all that kind of stuff every time we build. So no one file will be compatible with each build, so each build will have its own unique settings file, which with its own unique decryption key and all that kind of stuff. So, and we're obfuscating the tool so that way the encryption key's safe as well. So we run through, there we go, so it's changed it back to the proper domain, all that kind of stuff. So yep, and we're done. So I'll save this to my GitHub. So as you can see here, the few things are actually grayed out. Means they're not getting pushed to GitHub, so got to keep them off of there. And then we're going to go through this. So let's start off here. So if I run that on here, I'll probably get a, so exception handling, due to unhandled exception in main, on that. On 7. So when it's running the init function, it failed because I removed this group's Now in the init function, coming down, setting the time, getting the settings, checking the settings. Now check settings. Yes, that's basically checking to see if they're good. Then we're calling the GUI, coming through here. Alright, so we didn't get that. It would have been that. Oops. Yeah, config, blah blah blah, decode it all that kind of stuff, yada yada yada. Combo load. Coming through, combo load, yada yada yada. Remove everything, it's all good. Check it all out, coming through here. Populating everything, it's all good. Coming through. If not expired OUs, we come through here. Populate them, not a problem. Domains, populate them. Do this, populate them. Populate them, yes, that's good. Aha. List group. So that's where it would be picking up a fuss. List groups. Now. Oh, I'm passing. Yeah, it should pass if that errored in there. Unless... what if I do this? Nope, still doesn't like it. $39 in combo select. Get config. Interesting. Expected value in line 1, column 227. Get config. Alright, so we're having an issue reading the config. 113 and get config. Again with this? Okay, that's because I've got an error in the config, obviously. Let me check out the config. Okay, I found it. Oh wow, that was a big doozy of a problem as well. How in the world did I miss that? Okay. You can do a rebuild. Oh, let it come back. Alright, so that's that sorted out. And we've done a rebuild. So now instead of getting that kind of an error, that's the one that I could not capture or prevent myself. Well, there probably is a way, but I haven't got time and don't really care enough to fix it because it's going to be a fixed config anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But so yeah, now we should just basically get a like a config miss. Oh, again with the file handling. This is combo select, get config 113. Same thing. Did I have another error in there that I missed? That's in groups. I must have another formatting issue in there. Oh, come on. Let's have a look here. What other formatting issue could I possibly have in there? That's positions, we want groups. Ah, foolish me. Yes, I know the problem now. Where are the students? Students. There, I didn't use quotes. There we go. Place all. Okay. Yes. Of course, that's what it was. I didn't use quotes. So when I added the new parameters to fix the formatting of the groups row, I added students to it because I removed students previously, but I still had the issue because I had the firewall students group and the standard security group of students, so I was still getting the same error after removing the plain students security group. So this should be all good now. We shouldn't get any of those underhandled exceptions. Everything else should be handled because the configuration for what do you call it, the settings file should be all good now. So because the settings are pre-configured and encrypted, we shouldn't have any issues now. So we should just get a config. Oh, is this different? No, it's not different, it's the same thing. Do I still have an issue with... Wow, what have I done? I've done something severely wrong with this settings file. So searching through, I don't see anything wrong with that, so I don't know why. I'm probably missing like an end quote on something that I've removed accidentally somewhere. So it wouldn't be in the faculty side of things, it would be somewhere in the student side of things, I reckon, because here we go. So let's start off with foundation. There we go, we've got students, SG students, firewall students. It all looks good. Unless I've made a manual mistake somewhere. That's year 2s, year 3s, all good. Year 4 seems good. Year 6, year 7. There we go, so then we're up to year 10s, and they all look good too. Year 11s, year 12s. Yeah, so I shouldn't have any issues with that. Good. I see the issue now. Alright, good, I found it. Alright. Okay, I found the problem. So it wasn't with my settings, but it was actually with my what do you call it? Typo. So I wrote update settings with only one T instead of two. And now, oh no, oh I can see it's still loading, trying to, yeah, see it doesn't, yep, so now it's just passing when it errors and can't connect, it just passes off. So as you can see with the school side of things, we've got, so we've just got the standard domain. And then we've got our home paths where we can sort that out, whether it's a teacher, office, or a student. And then like our home drives and stuff. But we've also got, when we click here, we say go management, you've got the list of groups that management can go to. So by the looks of that, that's overlapping there. So I'm going to have to make this window a little bit wider. As you can see in the production build, they can't change company, it stays the same. So then if we go to like say year 3, you know, if I go Claire and then year 3 for Claire, it brings out our groups and stuff. So they're pretty much exactly the same, but where like the campus determines where the new user will be situated within the Active Directory domain structure. So there's that, and then we can edit users. So when you're connected to the domain, so this will just do nothing, loading users, so it's just going to sit there and do that for the entire time. But it can't actually connect to the database because, you know, I'm at home and servers are at school. So yeah, but we can do it that way and that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's just pretty much the setup there, and also the campus determines what we put in the description. So that way, if we have like students transferred from one campus to another for some reason, then when we move them over, we can see. Excuse me. We can see they originated from there. So the job title is what is situated on signatures. We use a signature, like Office 365 signature company, to make changes to our signatures and that throughout like festivals and that kind of stuff, or upcoming events. You know, we can alter our signatures and stuff. So it makes it a lot easier instead of having to go from person to person. You know, we can just do it, push it out, it's all done, you know. So but that's that, and yeah, so that's pretty much ready to trial at trial on site. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Got our version number at the top, everything's going good. Got our little icon down the bottom there, which looks good. So yeah, this is ready to rock and roll. So yeah, we can bundle that, and we can we're not. Let's go 7-zip, and we go add to archive, and we want that to be a zip file. And there we go. Awesome. Alright, thanks for watching, everyone, and hopefully you learned something. That I made many mistakes, but at least I fixed them, so yeah, alright, no worries. So cheers for watching, and yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next one.